Toronto Raptors have made franchise history, of course, advancing to the Eastern Conference Finals. They're going to be taking on Cleveland Cavaliers Game 1 tomorrow. For more, we're joined by managing editor for Raptors Republic, Blake Murphy. Great to see you, Blake.
Thanks for having me on.
Just tell, for those who don't know, what Raptors Republic is.
It's a blog and fan site. We started out in, I think, 2008. ESPN had what's called the True Hoop Network, where they have a blog for each team. And we are the Raptors ones. And we've been around for kind of 6 or 7 or, I guess, 8 years now.
Right.
And through a few lean years. And now we're
about it?
Yeah.
Okay, so
yeah,
how's everybody
paying off now?
No kidding. And how's everybody reacting on the site to the great win?
It's great. I've never, over the course of down seasons and even medium seasons like the last 2 years, you get a lot of comments and a lot of threads where people aren't that happy, and there's a lot of combativeness. But after last night, there was nothing. Everyone's on cloud 9, and I think whatever the expectations were entering the season, this was the high point of them. So it's gravy from here, and everyone's kind of tied together, and everyone seems to be enjoying it.
Have you noticed a real uptick in the popularity of the Raptors in general? I mean, baseball is huge, right? So huge. The Raptors, I guess their popularity has been growing. Is it kind of at a peak now from what you've seen, given obviously how far they've come? Yeah,
I would think so. I think 2 years ago when they first made the playoffs, kind of out of nowhere and surprised everyone the year they played Brooklyn in the playoffs, that was kind of when I first saw, an increase in the amount of Raptors gear around the streets when you're walking around, people asking about the Raptors. And that year, because it was so surprising and they launched the We the North marketing campaign, and that's been so successful. I think last year's playoff sweep maybe dipped that down just a little bit, and I know their television ratings were down slightly this year as people kind of waited for the playoffs, and let's show it now. But yeah, the last couple of weeks, the amount of talk about the team and the amount of gear you see and the amount of just volume of Raptors discussion around the city and excitement. And I don't know if you saw the lineups for Jurassic Park last night before the game.
Did we see them? We're there, Blake, all the time.
It was, it's incredible. It's so much fun. And, this city as a whole, as a sports city, over the last year, 2 years is, the All-Star game and the Jays playoff run, and now this. It's an awesome time to be here.
So who would you say from Raptors Republic is the most popular Raptor?
The most popular Raptor? After last night, definitely Kyle Lowry.
Yeah.
There's not much question. What he did last night, Vince Carter's always going to be the guy for the Raptors, the first guy, and he did take them to the second round, and he did score 50 points in a game. But what Kyle Lowry did last night, taking the team to a place that they've never been before and putting on one of the best individual Raptors performances we've ever seen. Lowry is going to be right there when fans look back now at the all-time Raptors.
And it was so nice not to have that heart failure, huh, in the last quarter. Oh, my gosh, the last minute. Right? I mean, they really were taking it away. So what is the chatter you're seeing about how hopeful they are with the series in Cleveland? After all, those Cavaliers have been, resting it for the last little while, right?
Yeah, the Cavs have had 9 days off. They're a huge favorite. Not only were they the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference, they kind of took it to another level as the playoffs started. Their offense has gone to another gear. They swept Detroit, and then they swept Atlanta. And Atlanta was very good in the second half of the season. So it's tough to look ahead, especially with Jonas Valanciunas out. Dwayne Casey just held a conference call, and he said he made it seem like it's very unlikely for games 1 and 2 that Valanciunas will be back, and then beyond that, even who knows? He hasn't started basketball activities yet, so it's tough. But as Dwayne Casey will keep saying, and as the players will keep saying, there's a chance. There's variance. You can cause chaos in a series. Maybe an injury happens. I think the Raptors, if they play like they played Sunday afternoon, they can make this a very competitive series and push Cleveland more than Detroit and Atlanta did.
Well, it's going to be fascinating to watch. Thanks so much, Blake, for coming in.
Thanks for having me on.
Okay.